Reiss's Pieces, an exploration into the puzzles, toys, games, and products of Reiss Games Incorporated, as well as spin-off versions of those products. The company was also known as Reiss Sales Associates, Paragon Reiss Incorporated, and Reiss Toys, with products also marketed by and for Romany Merchandise Corporation, Hui Plui Incorporated, Gamut of Games Incorporated, Miscellanea Limited, and Game Time Incorporated. Maybe you've played one of these games or got stuck on one of their puzzles. Sit back and enjoy learning about each of these various products as we take you on an in-depth look at these items. Episode 008, style number 315-250, a multiplicity of Riddle Stix. Puzzles are everywhere. Puzzles. We're going to start with this one and see what we're going to do. See how complicated it is. Got this little tray here I'm going to try to solve it with. Then if that doesn't work, I got a table over there. Let's see if I can solve it. Welcome back. Puzzle mode activated. Now we're going to take a look at the puzzles. And while we're at it, here's one I found in my collection. It's December. It's 1980. Here's the mini version of Multiplicity. Right here. Here's a star, and here's Equilibrium, which is the same as this one. Multiplicity, star, Equilibrium. Multiplicity, star, Equilibrium, the Miscellanea version. So I'm going to try this first. We're going to open this puzzle up and see what it's about. But first, I should read you the note. Multiplicity. Remove the key piece and 18 pieces become disjoined. Now disjoin yourself. Try putting the pieces back together. What we got back here. Multiplicity. Here's a puzzle to humble the most talented of puzzle doers. It's all in the key piece. Remove it and 18 pieces become disjoined. Now disjoin yourself. Try putting the pieces together again. Temper, temper, screaming, stomping, and cursing will not get the puzzle back together again. But looking at the secret solution enclosed in this package will, should you ever get that humble. A suggestion, put Multiplicity on a shelf where you can look at it and enjoy its great design. Let someone else try to be a hero by actually doing this crazy puzzle. Made by Reiss Games Incorporated, asterisk. New York, / Orange, California. Asterisk, a subsidiary of National Paragon Corporation. The Creative Recreation Company, style number 315-250. I think the 250 is how much it would cost. Copyright 1974, Reiss Games Incorporated. Made in the USA. Then we turn it around here. We got this side, straight, left, top. It doesn't have any item number on the top. The item number is down here on the bottom. So now let's open this bad boy and see what's inside, shall we? Two down. Where is it? You can get a little bit deeper in here with this long knife. I've got to cut through this little bulky plastic piece there. A little bit of the edge right here. Cut a little bit of the edge right here on this side. Now hopefully it just pops loose. Pop open here. Open. Ooh. Little cardboard tube. Special little plastic slip. And the puzzle itself. And the puzzle was set this way. So 2 of the pieces, these 2, sit here and here. Right in there. Doesn't wobble around very much. Here's what the inside looks like. Let's see if I can get it out. Here's this. Second one. Mirror of the other one. Slide right on top of each other. Another cardboard tube. Multiplicity cheat sheet. It could be used when all else fails. To be used when all else fails. Multiplicity cheat sheet. Here's this. It's got a little catalog of the other puzzles. And here's the solution sheet. And here's the solution explanation and the drawings. And then the list at the back that tells puzzle, catalog puzzle, list. So now let's see how long it takes me to take it apart and put it back together. 9:05 right now. November 8th, 2025. Alright, found the loose piece. All these pieces are the same, except for this little key piece right here. It's got one peg. You just sort of push on them until you find that one piece. This piece right here, if I can pull it out. Ooh. It's got one little peg right there. Kind of hard to see. And the rest of it is smooth all the way around. Now all the other pieces will usually fall apart. If you can figure out which one goes next. That was holding this one and this one. So those 2, that one. Now once these 2 are down, this one will come out. Putting that together fairly nice. Now, here we go. I'm going to mix all these pieces up. Because most people, when they get it in this condition, and they're like, I'm not going to put it together again, I'm going to sell it. So, all these pieces. See if I can find the one with the peg, single peg. Well, see, these ones all got 2 pegs. There's a peg right there. Kind of hard to see it. And there's a peg on this side. Peg on this side. And the rest of it's smooth. Here it is. Here's the key piece. Now the annoying part, the part that always gets stuck because it always falls apart. And just in case, I've seen some people that when they do it, they cheat and use rubber bands. But of course you probably ought to use safety glasses because you're putting the rubber band on there, you're squeezing it, you're holding it, and boing! End up in your eye. X piece, probably a little bit dangerous, but not going to try that for now. See how long it takes me to do it this way first. This isn't such a great thing, but heck, let's try it. After several attempts and a day later. Hello, welcome back. I'm at attempt number 3. I guess the attempt 3, basically battery runs out about a half an hour, 45 minutes, hour maybe. Then I take it out, put a new battery in, save the data, come back. It's now the next day. Last time attempt 2, I got all the way up to where I could get all the pieces sort of on a bunch, but the bottom ones would just kept sort of falling out, and eventually, like, nope. I had them on the bottom instead of a... And the tricky part about this puzzle, they don't have a picture for you. This one, they actually have a picture for you. You can actually sort of look, stop, and let's see, I gotta go here, 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 and there's no actual bottom piece because they're all sort of centered. But these window versions, you don't got that picture. It's like, no! I could cheat and do one of these. I could actually sort of look if I wanted to, but I'm not going to try that yet. But you can sort of see where the little pegs are. Pegs here, pegs there, and you could sort of... In this cardinal version, the puzzle is called the New Chuck Puzzle, part of their classics collection. Here's their other puzzle I solved. So let's try attempt number 3. See if I can actually get everything so it's all centered. I left this one piece out. It's basically where I was before. This key piece. I don't have to find it again. But other than that, I get to start all over again trying to solve it. And I did find my foot helpful, because I could sort of hold the pieces, leave it there, slide the piece in. But this helped a little bit too. You can hold this, leave it on, lay it on here, just the right angle, hold this piece, slide it in, so it doesn't all fall apart. Basically need a third hand. Several more hours and a few attempts later. Hi everybody, welcome back. This will be attempt number 5. Each attempt I basically just keep trying until the battery in the camera runs out, then I retry again, upload the video, and then I retry again. At the end of attempt number 4, one of the pieces broke. Since then I've been trying to use the instructions to figure out the best way to do it, and even then another piece broke. It doesn't want to slide, it won't slide, and then all of a sudden it'll slide too far and snap. Like, another piece broke, so 2 pieces broken, so I'm going to move on from this version to the next one. I'm going to try this version. Well, actually, before we do that, I'll try this one, because it's got the same window design. And I guess this is the generic version that came second. There we go. Alright, before I do that, let me read you the story. Here's the front view. Front view. Solution enclosed. This side. Now the back. Now it says Riddle Stix / pronunciation key. Riddle Stix / noun. Definition 1. A mystifying, misleading, or puzzling question posed as a problem to be solved or guessed with sticks. Definition 2. Someone or something difficult to understand. One key piece, when removed, will scatter Riddle Stix apart, and that poses a problem. You have to reassemble the 18 sticks to again form the beautiful Riddle Stix stack you see now. It's not easy, and you're not allowed to use glue, tape, or bubblegum. But stick with it. If the job becomes too sticky and you get stuck, look at the secret solution to Riddle Stix enclosed in this package. Made by Romney Merchandise Corporation. 1150 Broadway, New York, New York. Zip code 10001. Style number 3315. Copyright 1974, Romney Merchandise Corporation. Made in USA. Then here's the top. One key piece, when removed, will scatter Riddle Stix apart, and that poses a problem. You have to put the stack together again. Stick with it. Romney Merchandise logo. So, we ready to open it? Let's begin, shall we? What's in this pack? Alright, let's open it up, shall we? Got that. Ooh, fancy. Here's what's inside. We got a ring that goes on top of here, and we also got an instruction manual. And the instruction manual says, made by Reiss Games Incorporated, 230 Fifth Avenue, New York, New York, zip code 10001, and 1482 North Batava, Orange, California, zip code 92667. And just like the other one, we have the solution. We have the two pieces, but unfortunately, you can see the little stain here where this cardboard was sitting on top, and it made a stain. And the other thing you're missing is the catalog of all the other toys. So this is more or less a budget version of this one. Because in this one, you actually get this little extra catalog here that shows all the different puzzles. And you got it, the little description here. The description. So if we open this up, we take the puzzle out. We got this extra little flap here. At first I thought it was a piece of wood, but nope, it's just this little flap here that opens. Here's a plastic tray that this sits on top of. The 3-part here fits right here, like that. And this one fits on top. I'm going to get in there like that. Here's this. The reason this flap is in there, it's got this nice little yellow, but underneath it's just a plain, and it's actually attached to the bottom. Well, that's actually the top. Took the plastic off the wrong way, but that's the top. Don't know if I can get this off without tearing it. There we go. This is actually the bottom. And this is the top here. And just like the other versions, it's got a little flap here with no little hooks on the side. Sort of like this. The bottom has these little hooks here and here that lock it in place, and you can see how it sort of stresses it when you get that in. But if you look at this one, this is actually supposed to be, if I can do this without damaging it, I don't know if I can, there we go. This is actually attached right there, and it used to be attached there, but it looks like it broke, and it fell off. But this used to be in here. So you can see it from the front. Otherwise it would look like this if it was just open. You can see the back, but they wanted it sort of colored. Colored background yellow. And the same as this yellow. Make it all nice and bright. Put that aside for now. Put all this aside for now. Ooh, these folds on top of each other. And now let's begin to solve this. I already looked at the instructions. And I pretty much need to find the right piece now. Try to lean back so you don't have to just gaze at my forehead. Ooh, this one's sort of frosty. This one actually looks different than all the other pieces. This one actually looks a little bit frosted, which is kind of nice. Let you know which one it is. You pull that piece out with the one little tab. Then want to know how to get the rest of them out. Let's see, where is it? I took that one out. Then I can slide these two back. Take this one out. Well, technically, I think you're supposed to do the middle one, but take the middle one out. And then it just falls to pieces. You're going to keep this piece separate. Now I'm pretty much going to follow this instructions, except one thing here where it shows you how to put the very base ones facing this way and facing this way. I'm actually going to face them down, so it's easy to take the piece off rather than trying to get it loose the other way. So take this, pointy part down, pointy part down, these pointy part down. And now I begin this one. We're going to do 2 across this way, and these ones are going to be pointed straight up. 2 across this way. This is the tricky part, because I gotta try to get level, and the bed isn't quite level. Sort of sagging in the middle. These ones on the bottom are basically just supports. We're going to take them off and put them on top later. And another reason I put the points down is if you take this, put it against here, it'll hit the center of this post. And when you do that, it doesn't actually connect all the way. There's a little gap there that leaves it because this little peg here connects with the top of this thing here. And I also found out that sort of why it's in an X shape, because in the Mag-Nif version, it actually suggests putting rubber bands on it to keep it together, which is kind of a pain. You're trying to get the pieces together and you strip it and it goes poing. Probably out of eye protection if you're going to do that. And even the Greenbrier Dollar Tree version actually comes with rubber bands. So anyway, back to this. Let's see. These ones facing up. Now we're going to have this one facing in, facing out, and facing inward again. Basically these two facing that way, this one facing that way. I think that's how it's done on this one. Yep, pretty much. Then I use the back of this, that's nice and smooth, to try to shore it up. And this works a lot better now that the points part is down and it's a little bit higher up than usual. You can actually get it to stick together a lot easier. Now these bottom ones here, you got to try to align it so this can drop right in on the side. Drop it in on the side here. And this one is facing you. This one's going to be facing me. Now that I got those two in there, this one I'm also gonna face you. Now this is the tricky part, to get it in there. There we go. It's pretty much solid now, and it's still on the base. And these next two go slide down, but these two I'm going to face the little points instead of facing down. This is another thing in this one. In the instruction booklet, it tells you to put them all this next row face up, but I don't do that. I take this one and put it face down, so it locks the bottom ones in place, so the bottom ones don't shift around while you're trying to lift it, because you got to take it off these bottom ones. But you can't just slide it down because you'll hit the tabs, so you got to sort of insert it from the side. Lift it up over the last. Drop it on top of the three there. Slide it in from the side. Drop it down there so that links. Now all those link. Now everything's ready. You still have this piece, and this one put in the middle, and I'm putting it facing you again. Now that I got everything sort of solid, I can take this bottom one out, turn it, stick it here, take this bottom one out, put it here. This front one's facing me, this back one facing you. Now I got one more here in the... That's why it's easier to... Now I can just hold this bottom one here, try to hold it tight, try not to move the other one, and with it pointing down you can slide it out a lot easier. Other ones showed you pointing sideways like this towards me, or pointing towards you, and you try to slide it out, and you actually have to lift it up. This way I don't have to lift the whole puzzle up, I just slide it out. Now the tricky part, you got to lift it up and drop these center two down while keeping these top two up. I recommend doing it at the edge of the table so the two center ones can go all the way down. These two notches got to be facing down this time, and they got to go under these two notches on this stuff. The hard part, probably easier with a regular table, but we're going to try the best we can this way. Down, put it in an angle, slide it in. Now that I got that piece in, I got to slide the center back up. Slide the center pieces down, the back side came up loose. Slide it down. There. Down, down. This one came off, I can just slide it back on here. There we go. Now see if I can get the middle one to come back up. There we go. Middle one's back up. Everything's back together. Ooh, it slid forward when I did that. So now I basically got to drop these middle ones back down. Get this one centered again. Dang it. Still holding these bottom ones. Come on. Come on. There we go. Now if I can keep it from... Hold on. There we go. Aha! Now it's all nice and tidy. Now this piece, the frosted piece, the little pointy piece facing down, is the key piece. Slide it in here. Ta-da! Puzzle solved. Whew! And not one piece broken. Not like the last time. All nice and steady. And you can still see the frosted piece right there, which is pretty nice. Don't know if it's all that on the Ramani version or not, but I like it. A lot easier to find a key piece that way. Here's a closer view of the last two steps. Once you get to these last two pieces, 2 prongs, 1 prong, the key piece. You'll see here, there's 2 pieces, 2 hinges here, 2 hinges there. Locks these 4 in place. This one's only got 2 here and nothing on this side. So you want to take this 2-prong version, push these down, slide this in with the pegs facing down, sort of at an angle, twist it and try to push these up even farther. So grab it here, move it off to the edge, you're going to push it here, drop these 2 down, want to keep these ones up, but you can move these ones down. Still holding it here. 2 prongs down. Catch them, push it in. Now the hard part to get it pushed up. Come on. There we go. There we go. Aha! Now the final piece, prong down, slide it in here, slide it in there. There we go. That's how you do the last 2 pieces. 4 prongs, remember, that's the key piece. And then ones with the no prongs on this side and only 2 prongs here, that's the one you got to push these center ones down. Put it in your sideways, sort of tilt it, sort of pry it up, slide it in, lock it here and here, and that's the end of that one. And now, back to our regularly scheduled program. Now, put it back in the package. So the instruction booklet was face down like this, and this cardboard was facing up. So it was like that. And this was in here. Like that. This with the 2 this way, the 2 center ones. And I want the frosted one wherever the frosted one is. Frosted one at the top, because the frosted one's the one that's holding everything together. I'll take this. And take this. Close it up like that. And there we have that. I can put this plastic on later because it looks like it's split right here. Take a little while to do that. But actually, I'm surprised. This one had two little things on the top of the plastic. Had two little cardboard things like this, holding it in place, while the other one just had that one little saucer. And now on to version 3. The pictured version. And if you look here, the contents are basically the same. Even the 315/250, 315-250 are the same. Here's this, exactly the same. Bottom the same. Except for this one, looks like it's slightly darker purple, and then this one's a lighter purple. So let's finish opening this. Here's the top. Uh-oh. I hate when it drags. Piece of plastic. Normally I try to save the plastic as much as I can. Alright, what's this one got in the top? It's got a hook at the top. And this one, it's got paper. And here it is. Here's the instruction booklet. It looks identical to the other one. I just put it back, but it actually has the same Reiss thing at the bottom. 1482 Batava, Orange, California. Same as that last one. It doesn't have the toy catalog. And there's nothing else, just the back. So this is basically the budget version again. This time we don't even get the little plastic things to make it look special. But this one, let's see if I can find the key piece. Here it is, the key piece. And this time it isn't frosted. But if you're wondering, let's compare this and this. They appear to be identical. Set this on top. Yep, identical sizes. So I should be able to take pieces from this, fit them together, and they should work perfectly. But I'm not going to try that because I still got one more puzzle to try. And the last version we're going to look at, that we're going to open anyway, is this one here. And then we're going to try to compare the pieces. This one, when you open it up, it's got the puzzle and the instruction booklet. And if you're wondering on this one, yes, it's got the little tab thingies here on the bottom also. Kind of hard to see there, but you can sort of see the tabs. This one's got tabs on the top and tabs on the bottom. And it says Paragon Reiss. And here on the instruction booklet, it's pretty much identical, except for this tiny little text message right here for the Paragon version. Reiss 315 cheat sheet to be used when all else fails. Paragon Reiss asterisk 57-07 31st Avenue, Woodside, New York, zip code 11377 asterisk Division of National Paragon Corporation. But other than that, it's basically pretty much a word for word, drawing by drawing, the same as the original, same as the Romani version. Well, the cheaper Reiss version, except for the text here and text here. Other than that, exactly the same. Here's a look at the top of the box. Multiplicity. Try to put it together. If your nerves give out, peek at the secret solution enclosed. Paragon Reiss, style number 315. Multiplicity. Exciting and challenging puzzle. Try to put it together. Style number 315. Multiplicity. Paragon Reiss. Barcode 03412500315. Paragon Reiss, Woodside, New York, asterisk, a division of National Paragon Corporation. Copyright 1982, Paragon Reiss. Made in USA. Style number 315. Here's the side. Here's that side. Recommended for ages 8 and up. Here's that side. Here's that side. That side, the bottom, and the top. And so that's all of those. And one last thing we're going to check before we look at these is the size comparison between these and this. Are they the same size? Put the pieces next to next. Set a box on top. Oh, come on. Yep, they're exactly the same size. There's one thing I wanted to show you about these versions. If you look right here, you can sort of see there's like a little rounded bump here, Those sort of get in the way when you're trying to slide the piece together. They sort of bump into there, and it's kind of a pain to get it off, but they're basically little things that were attached to the frame that held the plastic pieces when they're being molded. They're there, and they're a bit of a pain. And that's And now, if I can get this back in here, this is the smooth. It should slide in pretty easy, but it keeps getting caught on the side. But it sort of holds them in place a little bit better. But besides this little piece here, I wanted to show you that the Reiss version has something interesting. Here's the solution from the Mag-Nif website, the archive, internet archive, Wayback Machine. You can see the spring rubber bands here, rubber bands there, and it shows the bottom ones. You eventually take them out, but it shows you put the pieces this way, which of course when you're sliding the puzzle out, it's a pain in the butt. Here's another version with the chuck solution. If you notice one bad thing about this solution, it shows them basically like this. It's really painful. You got to do it that way. And then you got to lift it up, but it doesn't show you. You have to lift up the puzzle. You have to put these 3 inside, but you already got the frames there, so basically you can't get them locked in correctly. So this instruction booklet isn't really helpful. This is the cardinal version. And if we go over here to the locker and the puzzle Greenbrier version of the puzzles, they got a couple of different instruction booklet solutions. I think hopefully most people that have the puzzle also come with the solution. This is the cheapest version. This is the Hong Kong version without saying Greenbrier on it. It's only got 3 steps. But you notice all this, all that. This one you got to slide in. This one you slide 4 down. Step 1, step 2, step 3. But you can't really do that when you're locking the other pieces into place because this is the key piece here. So it's not much of a help there. Now this version, if you look down here, you can actually see in here there are 3 rubber bands made in China. This time, same thing. This one is there, so step 1, 2, 3, but they got that previous step. And you can see here and here, it actually shows rubber bands, and then they kind of sort of want you to put rubber bands here too. But this version only shows 3 of the 4. Open this. And this is the Dollar Tree version. Here's another Dollar Tree version. And it's got the 4 steps and the rubber bands. Shows the rubber bands. Somebody took this one opened it, so they looks like they removed the rubber bands. And so now I'll show you sort of how the rubber bands work, but to be on the safe side, I'm going to use these glasses, and I've got my rubber bands. So I'll show you how these rubber band things work. Where is the locker piece? There we go. Push these down. The rubber band solution. Alright. The rubber band solution, which I don't really like all that much, but I'm still going to put the little pointy parts facing down after I find the key piece real quick. Key piece. Where are you, key piece? Where is the key piece? I want to find the key piece. Key piece. There it is, key piece. Put that in this corner. Empty part face down. I gotta get centered here. Alrighty. Not too pointed up. take this rubber band. Come on. Technically the rubber band doesn't help until you get these ones in place. These two are hugging this one here. These two hugging that one there. This one hugging this one. All by its own lonesome self. Poor pieces. Very lonely. These back two hugging this one. This lone one hugging that one. And that's why the rubber bands come in handy. Boop. Boop. So now take this. See, pain in the butt, but if you do it just right, boom, boom, boom. Just straighten it up first. Use the back side of a piece, back side of this piece. Try to straighten it up as much as you can. Tighten it up as much as you can. Then use the rubber band. Haven't found a good way to do this yet, but basically got to try to link it all at once. Kind of pain in the butt, don't you think? You can do it like this. But I find this part, this way, is just as difficult. You got to take these. Need a smaller rubber band. Take the rubber band, like 3 of them together like this. Then try to pry them apart and shove these in there. Shove this apart again, and the rubber band came off. See, you can open it, and it's supposed to help. Take the rubber band, put it like that, and this is supposed to help. And that rubber band broke. Here's the new one. here's how you're supposed to do it with. Now we got the puzzle disassembled. Here's a rubber band, and just for safety's sake, put on the glasses. Piece, put the pieces. I'm still going to put them face down. Face down. Use the rubber band. Rubber band's a pain to even get on. One. Two. Came off. There we go. There we go, all three of the bands. Alright, fine. We'll try it their way. These two that way, this one against those two. Alright. Here we go. Now we're going to try to use the rubber bands to put it together. But we're going to use safety glasses just in case, because some of these, boing. Take two of these, put them together so they interlock, so they're not going to fly apart as easily. This piece in there. Take this. Stretch it from here to here. Hold this end. Now hold this end. You got three of them all together. They should be separated enough so you can put the centers through. And you're going to set these, pry them apart. Basically you got to do two at a time. I suggest only doing two and not the third one, because if you do the third one, it's kind of hard to get this one pried apart. You take out the middle one, it's a little bit easier. Because you can sort of put your fingers in here and hold it in the middle. Now that you got four main columns, sort of push them out to the edge, put the middle ones in, like that. You think, oh yeah, that's the hard part, right? Well, not quite. Because then, now you got to put two of these in here, which is fairly easy. And this part, actually, the rubber bands actually do help. Keeps it all nice and safe and secure. Now the problem comes with the rubber bands again, because you gotta put the rubber bands here. This one in the center. And one here. This part is kind of tricky because now you got to try to put the rubber band on this part. And the second you squeeze here or here, it's going to go boing, which is really difficult. So let's see if I can do this. Hold on to it. Hold on to it. Get that corner. Get that corner. Get this back corner. And hold it, hold it, hold it. Ta-da! There we go. There's that part. So now that one's rubber band. That one's rubber band. Now we slide this piece in here. Lock that piece in place. Lock that piece in place. And that's the key piece. I put this middle one in. Now the hard part is getting this bottom one out, because now you got to actually lift up the puzzle. The way I showed you first, you don't have to lift up the puzzle, but this one you actually got to sort of lift up the puzzle and try to pull it loose and hope it doesn't snap all the other pieces. And it looks like it snapped the other pieces and they're coming loose, but there we go. Not too bad. Come on, get down there. Now this one on this end. This one on this end. Now you gotta try to hold on to that while you get the rubber band off of this one. Let go. It's not too bad. Now we gotta try to figure out where we want this piece to go. Slide these two down. Push those two up. Now, before we do that, we're gonna try to put this rubber band on here. Lock it. There. 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 And this one came out. Can I get it back in there? It wiggled loose. I might be able to wiggle it back in there. Yeah. Sort of gives you a little bit of extra chance to fix. Haha, there you go. Lock that in place, lock that in place. You're facing the right direction. And the bottom ones came out. There. If I can get the bottom one to slide back into place. There we go. Alright. I only got the last two. Keep it, rubber bands are sort of keeping in place. Now back to where I started. I gotta hold on to this, drop these two center ones. Put this one face down, like this. Squeeze it in there. Uh-oh. There you go, lock it in place. Take this piece. Slide it in. And now that everything's together, you can take off this rubber band. Take off this rubber band. Hopefully it doesn't. And ta-da! The solution with the rubber band. Kind of a pain, but that's how you do the rubber bands version. Version differences and similarities. Now, I wanted to show you these. I'm going to show you the Miscellanea version first, because it actually says designed and manufactured by Miscellanea Inc. Limited. So these mini versions. Designed and manufactured by Miscellanea Limited, and the solution to the sphere, the equilibrium, the star, and the multiplicity. Of course, they're not named on this one. And it shows you which position the puzzles belong in. And there's nothing on the back, and nothing in the box. But you can see how the holes. And Miscellanea pretty much trademarked their version of black and white colors. Pretty much all they did for their promotions. Now here's the, I'm not going to open this version because it's basically the same as this one, except for this was style 344. Style 344. This one doesn't actually have a copyright date on it. Hard part getting this out without damaging it. All clear puzzles. This one looks a little bit frosted, but it says Reiss here. Other than that, it's pretty much the exact same as this. Take the things, spread them out. Puzzle solution almost identical. If you look at them, set them right here. I don't know if you can see this. There you go. Put the box on top. See, they're the same size. So now you're probably wondering, how does this one, and this one compare to the Mag-Nif version? So put this over here for a second. Go over here and get the Mag-Nif. If I can get it out of here. Nice little way to put in there. Keep that out. There's the Mag-Nif version. See how much smaller it is? But it's also bigger than this version. So you can't use these pieces for this. And of course, and here's the 3-pack that the Mag-Nif released. They released 2 different versions of the Brain Trust. Let's see. Here we go. You want to stop and pause it? I'm not going to read these because I can probably make a series on these ones. But is this the exact same size or is it smaller? I believe it's the exact same size as the regular Mag-Nif version. So here's this. Compare it to the regular Mag-Nif version. You compare the 2 sizes. Yep, the exact same size. So they're not tiny miniature versions, they're exactly the same size as the regular Mag-Nif version. And here's the other Brain Trust version. Nice thing is they sort of link together. If you go like this, you take one, tilt it sideways, they do link together like this. Make an interesting little interlocking design if you want to make it like a wall or something. You got like Legos and you want to make a wall. They lock together pretty nicely. All you gotta do is turn it sideways. But yep, and there's the Mag-Nif versions. So I got one more thing to show you real quick. Alright. I wanted to show you this version here. The little guys. This is the one with different puzzles. It's got like a crystal-like thing here with little squares. This one's got little star-like pieces, little pointed pieces. And this one's got little linked rings. It has copyright 1980. The little guys. And it's style number 345. This one actually had 345 written here. And it was stamped out and right 344. Which is these. The equilibrium, the multiplicity, the equilibrium, and the star. And because of the stamp here, we got the multiplicity, the star, and the equilibrium. And this little part here is crossed out also. And it's crossed out here. But it's stamped. So the manufacturer put it in this box for this puzzle here. Like if they ran out or something like that. But in 1980, because it's copyright 1980, somebody went through and they took puzzles from a different package, the package from a different puzzle, and put it in this. Here's the 1978 version of this. So 1978, 1980. This one sadly doesn't say what year it is, but my guess is it was probably also 1980. Well, thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed seeing all these different versions of the puzzle. This, of course, is just the Reiss version. I haven't actually went to the Mag-Nif version yet, but if you like these puzzles, here's the Mag-Nif Third Dimension version 2. Four, 8, 12. 12 per side. A lot more challenging. There's also this one that's got the little metal bars. And then Inca's Dilemma 3. I don't got Inca's Dilemma 1. But out of all of these, which one do I enjoy most? Actually, I think the wood version's a lot easier to do. You can actually slip the pieces in easier without the plastic sort of getting jammed. It's like, come on, go, go, and having it break. Tried the wood puzzle. It's actually a lot easier. And the wood pieces are a bit heavier, and these plastic ones, you barely bump it or touch it, and it's just sort of produce. And you gotta try to shove it in there, and it just doesn't want to go. So, thank you for joining me. Here's all the puzzles. Hopefully, we can do the smaller ones all together at once. After I do the first, after I do the equilibrium and star, we can do just these ones. And then, after I finish all these with the star and the equilibrium and the what is it called? The star, the equilibrium, multiplicity, all the other ones, we can start on these little 3 that are separate from all the others and only available in the mini versions. Well, thank you. Reese's Pieces, episode 8. Wow. Learned a lot, haven't you? Well, hopefully. And a lot of the puzzles were made by Reiss Miscellany Limited. So, thank you for joining me. Take care. Like and subscribe and share. Bye-bye. A bonus look at my collection. Well, here's my problem. This puzzle, Multiplicity, keeps popping up everywhere. Not so much of a puzzle really as more of a dexterity dexterity curve. Can you put it back together without it sliding apart? Even right there, you can see it sort of sliding out of the... And here's the teeny tiny itty bitty version. Doesn't actually have a copyright date on that one. But here's the same thing from a Miscellanea Limited London. Which I think even though back here it says right here, made by Reiss Games Incorporated. This one also says designed and manufactured by Miscellanea Limited, which was around about the same time. And Miscellanea did a lot of these type of puzzles, and Reiss came out with these in 1977, 74, things like that, but pretty much almost the same packaging. And here's a few more that they made. Oh. Some of them, I think, even says items, designs, made in England. So, and a black and white design is pretty much what Miscellanea was known for. Miscellanea, registered design, patent pending, and some of them I usually say like what is it? Something Ward, T.R. Ward, I think his name was. Don't know if that was the only person that was designing toys, but let's see. Nope, I don't see it on here. But the vehicle ones were all made by him. So anyway, you might think these are basically just an expansion of this one with locks inside, but nope, these only got two main pieces. But I think they actually got the name from the Gordian knot was the Huey Palooey version, and they sort of transferred their name here, and then they eventually changed to Licorice Stix. And I think that's where they got the name Stix from, but it could also be this type of a puzzle here. Can you solve this? This is a goalpost. Can you get the goalpost design in this without moving this? So the answer is simple. Take this, slide it there, take this, slide it there. Only 2 moves necessary. So that's sort of a Stix puzzle, a matchstick puzzle. And if you're wondering, the first time I ever seen this type of a X puzzle, the ones that I know, that these wood puzzles, is from this type of thing here, from Mag-Nif Incorporated. And there's this copyright in 1972, and they got this little X design, which I think we sort of borrowed, because here's the Reiss version, slightly smaller, but it's almost the same. And Mag-Nif himself eventually released smaller versions of their... It's the same 6 on this side, 6 on that side. It was released in a whole bunch of different varieties. And they even went up one, the Third Dimension 2, with lots more puzzles on it. With a 3, 6, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 per side. And here's a Mag-Nif version, but it was made in Japan exclusively by the Beverly Company. They also made these things here. The Beverly Company importer, Happywell Design. Happywell International. They also made cars and Transformer-like toys, and Reiss Toys would eventually do sort of a knockoff Transformers thing too, but they did, as far as I know, only a what is it called? A collector's case for generic robot toys. But I thought I'd bring that. 4 steps from these to miscellaneous. Anyway, and here's some of the other ones. Here's the Greenbrier version. Greenbrier. Again, Greenbrier. I think this one eventually Greenbrier multicolored. Sort of compared the two designs, but it's called Locker Puzzle in the Dollar Tree version. Here's the Mag-Nif version. Here's one that doesn't have any, but it's still called the Locker Puzzle. Just says made in Taiwan. Dollar Tree version again. Thank you for watching.